is a clown.
Oh, she's a bitch.
I'm just a tea queen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening. We are the Tea Queens. And I'm here today with Sarah Problem, Tina Can or Cantina or however she calls herself. And of course, I am Esmeralda Vergara. This is our first podcast, our first episode. We are super excited to give you guys a little bit of what a Tea Queen is all about.
I have been getting a lot of questions from our listeners out there, all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
We're listening to ourselves.
It's just us.
You mean your mom?
Yeah. From my mom, from the dog, from my grandma, everyone.
The neighbor.
I walk down the street, the little kids that I pass by.
They go, Mom, there is a clown. And you're like, no, I'm a tea queen.
Yeah. Like, who's that monster? I'm like, I'm just a tea queen. No.
So what are they asking you?
But they're asking, what is a tea queen?
What is a tea queen?
What is a tea queen?
Well, it's two parts. One part tea,
One part queen.
one part queen. We wanted to dress up and look very realistic, but we didn't want it to be like making fun of girls or drag or anything. So
You're cross-dressing.
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of like the idea. We wanted to make sure the trans community was respected by what we were going to come and bring. And that's why I was kind of like not afraid, but that was holding me back because I don't obviously identify as a trans girl or as a drag queen. So that's why it was so difficult for me to go and even dare to do this.
Exactly. So we had talked about it for several weeks.
Yeah.
And we talked about going out and having trans night or dressing trans. And then our friend was like, we should just say tea night, tea girl night. For us, it was more like tea girl.
Because none of us identify as trans.
No. For now.
Right. Right. That's a whole other topic. So when we were with our friend who wanted to do tea girl night and our friend that was a drag queen, we decided that we were somewhere in the middle of those two. Mm-hmm. We wanted to look realistic. Mm-hmm. Like a tea girl.
But we also wanted to be a pretty drag queen.
Exactly. And be a little bit more like, I don't know, like showy or glamorous or like a performance.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't want to overdo it and do like the big dramatic.
Well, you always overdo it.
Me?
I would never. With your big hats and your cowboy boots.
I'm just a Southern belle. But right, we didn't want to do our makeup in a way that it was insulting to the trans community who is welcoming us in with open arms. We're just silly girls out cross-dressing and living, laughing, loving. But yeah, we wanted to be more, I guess, feminine.
Tea for trans and queen for like the drag queen side of it. So it's tea queen.
Exactly.
Tea
so
queen.
That's why we came with this name or
new category.
New category is tea queen.
And the category is...
We wanted to look over the top and we wanted to be glamorous and like more so than just a simple look.
Mm-hmm.
And artistic and put concepts together and
make a statement.
Right. But still keep it more feminine and not over the top in terms of we're drawing our eyebrows up to our foreheads and doing overdrawn eyes, like a Trixie Mattel kind of situation.
Yeah. The first time that we went out to, I remember you put the glue over your eyebrows.
Yes.
And that is something that drag queens do. And after a while, we decided, and I don't think any of us put glue over our eyebrows.
No.
You discovered that you're not a drag queen. You discovered that you were a tea queen.
Well, I discovered I have really strong eyebrows, and it takes a lot of glue to do that. And it was a pain. And they're so bushy that when you do that, it doesn't look very good. Like it's not flush with my skin because they're so big and bushy.
You can still see them.
Yeah, exactly. You can still see them even though they're caked with glue and makeup and everything. And I didn't want to go the route of shaving my eyebrows because they're my best feature after all.
Well, and part of being a drag queen is the illusion of getting rid of the eyebrow and then drawing it up higher.
Right.
Because the idea is to make the eye bigger, right? So that's what they do.
Right, to exaggerate your features.
Yeah, because they're on a stage. Normally it's at night. So the audience have to see something being over the top and bigger. That's why they wear a lot of like makeup and huge makeup and big hair and big hips and big titties, some of them.
It is a different thing when you go out around gay men and straight girls and straight guys out in more public.
Right.
And dressed up, and the response that you get is really interesting. And I think our culture, our society nowadays is more accepting of the non-binary. And I think that when people see us, a lot of people think, well, they're somewhere, in the middle, or they're non-binary, or some of them think that we are actually women.
Trans woman, yeah.
Yeah. And
which is very,
very fun.
Interesting to...
Except for Tina.
Except for Tina.
Like
you never
Tina,
know what she's going to look like.
She's the hairy dog. And by like 9, 10 o'clock, her 5 o'clock shadow is coming in. And the photos at the end of the evening, she's got a full-on beard.
A full beard. I have a full beard. The minute I shave it, it's already back.
Yeah.
But some people are into that. So.
Oh, yeah.
And they are.
We're not haters.
So interesting how I get a lot of the trans girls come to me to tell me how they're trans girls and how they make it sound like I'm a trans girl. I'm not a trans girl, but they think I've been taking hormones for months or a year when I'm just this beautiful gay boy with a wig and nails and makeup.
I don't know though.
They smell the fish and they're like, she's stinky. That's some fish if I've ever seen it.
There's a certain femininity though that you have, Esmeralda, that even as a boy, very pretty boy, and as a girl, very naturally sort of feminine or effeminate. And I think being okay with that and for you exploring that is kind of a nice thing because I know even for myself, when I was younger, people thought I was a girl my whole childhood. And actually,
people still think that, girl.
Right. And actually, I was going to tell you, today somebody asked me if I was trans.
Really?
Really? Just as a boy?
Yeah, if I used to be a girl and transitioning to be a boy. And it didn't shock me, but I was sort of complimented by it. I was like, that's really cool because I love the fact that people can see in me the femininity and the masculinity.
Of course.
And for me, when I was younger, when I was born, I have a sister that's a year older than me. And for the first few years of my life, I thought we were twin girls. And I remember when I was 3 years old and my parents told me I was a boy, I was really upset that I was like, but I'm not a boy. And they were like, no, you're a boy. And I used to wear dresses and wear my sister's clothes. And my father was like, you cannot wear dresses anymore. And I was like, but why can't I wear dresses? And so as I was growing up, every Halloween was my excuse to wear a dress. And every year on Halloween, like Halloween was the only time that I was allowed to wear a dress or allowed myself. And all my life I was asked if I was a boy or a girl. And, like I felt very non-binary even as a child. And even now as an adult, I do feel. So I think being a T queen for me has helped me to be okay with myself being somewhat non-binary.
Exactly.
And the more that I dress up, I know that I'm a T queen and we love to dress up, but I really enjoy sort of the in-between for me. And there's a lot of things that we do as T queens that I live with full time, and like getting our nails painted, our toenails, and acrylic nails and things like that I live with full time now.
And also going to the as gay men going to the store to the mall and going into the men's section and going, oh, okay, I already spent 30 minutes in here. I'm gonna go to the women's section and literally just buying shit from the female woman section instead of the men's section.
Right. It's more fun.
It is.
We do. We used to go shopping and used to go shopping only in the men's.
Only in the
and
men's.
Now
Yes.
we go half and half.
Yeah.
And we buy for us
Buy
as
for both.
boys and we buy for us as girls. And it's really cool because I feel very comfortable now shopping in women's section.
Same.
And even buying stuff that in my head, I think if somebody maybe just thinks I'm a stylist and I'm getting clothes for a model or something.
Exactly.
But then, you go into the dressing room and try it on and people are really okay with it now. At least they look okay with it.
And
right. Also, who cares?
Exactly. And it's not because we're going into a woman's section and buying a dress or buying something that looks like a woman is going to wear it. We're going to wear things that are going to fit better and they have more style to it.
Well, and I think a lot of the younger generation now too, the boys, the gay boys, and in general, they're okay with wearing even female clothes. And I think that at some point clothing lines should be, and some of them are starting to be non-gender oriented and just be for whoever wants to wear it.
Yeah.
Because we do go into the women's section and sometimes we are buying stuff for the T Queens, but sometimes we buy stuff for us as boys that we wear and it looks good. It fits your body.
Yeah. The wardrobes really kind of meld.
Exactly.
I mean, some things it's like, okay, that's for Tina only, but some I'm like, ooh, I could use this in a little disco outfit.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. The girl side of you loans the boy side of you an outfit for the evening. We've all done that. So Esmeralda, why were you so excited to T Queen mode, or why were you excited to dress up as a girl?
I don't know. I think when the idea came to me about doing this and just me doing it with our friend that identifies as a queer / non-binary, it was a little scary because I didn't want to go out with, I guess, somebody who has this years of experience and I'm coming into this thing as an experiment for them. And I think on the beginning it was very scary for me just because, I don't know, maybe going back to, I guess, my childhood and thinking I can never be that person. I can never put a dress on and a wig.
Had you ever dressed up when you were little as a girl?
Oh yeah. When I was, I don't know, 5, 10, I would put a shirt on my hair and flip it like it was hair and put the blankets around my waist and thinking that I was Miss Colombia running around the room in Colombia. And like growing up with my grandma, there wasn't ever an issue with that. I don't think I was ever told not to do it until I got to, unfortunately, have to grow up with my dad. And that was when the whole trauma started, where even me not wearing a dress or not even wanting to wear a dress in that point, and just I guess in his mind, by me being too soft or too feminine, in his mind, he just thought I wanted to be a woman just because I was gay, which is not what I think I want to be either. I don't want to be a full woman.
Well, I think that's what's really nice about today's culture is that you don't have to be one or the other. There's terms like gender fluid where you can go back and forth between male, female, and not necessarily have to be one or the other.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of trans and T queens, there is, you're very happy and feel very natural dressed as a woman, but you're also very happy as a boy too.
Right.
And so it's not something that you want to, I know there's some in the trans community that they really want to switch to the different gender because they don't feel comfortable in as a boy. And so they really want to switch and live full time. But what's interesting, I think about all of us too, is that I think we all enjoy being boys.
Yeah.
But we really, there's something that really struck a chord with us being women.
Oh, yeah.
That we haven't got being a boy. And I think, like I told you, that there's a certain attention that I get from men, as Sarah Problem, that is completely different than what I get as a boy.
As Jose.
Right.
As Arturo. Yeah, no, and that's completely true. Like the feeling we get and just the excitement of wanting to dress up and put outfits together and put our looks together, and also the idea of like, was Sarah gonna wear today, and was Tina gonna wear today, and am I gonna be prettier than them? Like,
No.
just all of that comes together from like, like putting the pieces together to like the final look into the moment you put the wig and the nails at the end, and you're like, wow, I did this.
Like, ooh, I've transformed.
I'm hot.
I'm
I'm
a
a woman.
transformer.
Don't you imagine that that's how girls, when they're all getting ready, or
They
they're getting ready to
feel.
go out and
Absolutely.
hit
Right.
the town, that they all do their looks and they get glammed up. And
Yes.
there's a part of that as a boy you do,
Oh.
but you don't really get to do like
Yeah.
when you're
You don't
a
go
girl.
that stream.
Right.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think
'Cause
that's
it's
why
not as big of a difference.
And I think that's why we enjoy so much being boys too, because we're gay boys. We are extra, but we can be lazy too.
Oh,
Like,
we're so lazy.
bitch. Sometimes we don't care. We just want to wear tennis shoes and be lazy. And yeah. So doing this, having the opportunity to do this once in a while, it has been so much fun.
Because
Right.
it is a lot of work.
It's a
getting
lot
ready.
of work.
It's a lot of work and takes, how many hours would you say it takes to get?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every time we do it, I would say it takes. Like,
Well,
yeah,
I think
5.
Tina starts the night before.
Yeah, some of us are hairier than
Some
the
of them
others.
need a lot of work.
So we've got to get the weed whacker out.
Well, the first time we got ready, how long?
Oh gosh, 7?
7 hours
7
at
hours.
least.
The
And
first
that was
2
with
times.
makeup artists.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We had some people helping us.
Right.
Yeah.
My good friend helped me with my makeup the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Yeah,
we had no clue
Idea. Yeah.
about it. And it's something that
We had-
we've started to learn more and more because
And then
And-
we had to teach ourselves because, wow, we can't afford some of these makeup artists. We're like,
Well,
"Oh, how much is it?
I still think every time I see you, Tina, I still think you are lying to us, and I don't appreciate that. I still think you're paying somebody to do your makeup.
Oh my
'Cause I don't
God.
believe you do your own makeup every time we go out. The last few times,
Oh
at
my
least.
God. Wait, okay, let the
Except
record
for
reflect.
the time
That's
where you
first
had the big
time-
holes in your eye hole.
No,
in
you
your
mean-
eye hole.
in my eye hole.
she means somebody who does clown makeup.
Yeah, I was about to say, wow, I'm glad we have it on recording the first time Esmeralda's been nice to me ever.
Aw, I'm always nice to you.
I'm kidding.
I'm just
kidding,
doing
you
it because of the viewers. I don't want them to know I'm this person when I'm
are. A monster. No, definitely.
Yeah, like you have gotten so much better.
Them YouTube tutorials, y'all.
The
they
ones
really
that you're
do
watching
it.
about me.
No, the
they're
ones
helping
on
you?
clown makeup. That's how I learn. I'm like, okay.
Soft. You Google soft clown makeup.
Like, okay, lighter on the red nose this time.
So you have watched tutorials about
Oh,
makeup?
Yeah, 100%.
Have
you guys
you,
not?
Esmeralda?
I think I only watched the first
Just one.
2 times.
I only watched one and the rest is me.
But I didn't like it. I didn't like. I don't know. I tried what they were telling me, but I didn't like it. I say, you know what? I'm gonna do it differently. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, that's surprising to hear because every time I see you, I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
So maybe I need to start watching more videos.
Yeah, probably.
No, and it's funny too because every time I do my makeup, I also discover something new. I discover, oh, maybe I should go up this time. Maybe I should do this time. And
you're just so used to going down.
Work. I'm so used to going down. For once, I went up.
No, yeah, it is. Like I watch a variety. I was watching one kind of consistently, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try a different one. And then I looked up some like boy to female kind of makeup, and you learn different tips and tricks from each one. Maybe not everyone is gonna fit you specifically, but some are gonna give you those tricks of like, maybe I should go up this time. Maybe I should blend the concealer all the way out to like my like hairline kind of. Yeah, to elongate and bring it up. Like you just learn different tips and tricks.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Serve responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Drink some water. After you buy all the vodka.
Order your Serve vodka now.
We're back.
We're back, bitches.
We're back.
What is this? What do you give me? Are you
So
trying to drug
I
me?
poured all the ladies some Serve vodka.
Yeah.
I poured the Manila Luzon pineapple for myself.
Yummy.
The Trinity the Tuck mixed berry for Miss Esmeralda. And for Miss Sarah Problem, I got her the Monet Exchange green apple.
Yes. Cheers, ladies.
Love.
Cheers.
Chin, chin.
Cheers.
Let's see. I never had this before.
Delicious.
Woo. That was good. Girl, is that pineapple?
That was so delicious.
That was good, right?
Green apple.
It goes smoothly.
It's
Very
so smooth.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have to drink mine in like 3 portions because I'm not that
Oh, because you're a
much
lady.
of a drinker. Yeah.
So my question for you, Tina, is I've always wanted to know, you were excited, as we all were, to dress up for the first time, but why did you, because we talked about it so much. We talked about it for a while, and we were like, we have to do this. We have to do our
We have to do it.
night. We have to do our T-girl night is what we were calling it at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of had, I think, an interest in the feminine figure and fashion. I've always had a real appreciation for it. But
When are you going to bring any of those out?
so I'd play video games all the time, actually, and I'd make girl characters just because I thought they were so sickening. And I was like, yes, I'm going to be the
They
baddest bitch in this
are.
like virtual world.
I think for a lot of T-girls, that's their first thing, is being
Yes.
female characters in video games.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. It's like, and it's an escape from reality. It's you
Yeah.
can live and be whoever you want
Yeah.
in it, and I think that's really exciting and fun. And so I would spend hours and hours. I mean, I didn't really like, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so there wasn't really anywhere to go or anything to do. So I was just always on the computer, like doing that and getting sickening armor and stuff and just being fierce. So when this opportunity came up for us to do this kind of in person, I was like, yeah, let's do it. It was with you guys, and so it was like a no-brainer of just like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's be silly and fun. Let's like dress up.
It is so much fun. Like just watching you girls flirt with other guys that are so hot and just like taking photos with these guys or them having you buy you a drink.
Right.
It's like, what the hell? This is working.
You do it too, though, girl. Ooh.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is one thing that I did notice about Tina's dressing up, is that every time I don't know what to expect. And sometimes I'm like, this is, we FaceTime each other as we're getting ready. And I'm like, she's going to look like a clown.
Yeah.
And
or
she always
something.
does.
But then
She turns it up.
you present like a look, and you can tell that you've thought out your look. And it's kind of like, it is very high fashion, like statements that are interesting.
Very gaga.
That are interesting.
That are interesting. And I give you credit for that because,
Yeah.
like you definitely have these like like I said,
Crazy
sometimes
ideas.
Kentucky Derby, sometimes like sunflower girl running through the clover, like with your flip flops, and it's just
That
We
was
got Miss Peacock.
okay. That night, I hated you. You walking around with your flip flops like Dora the Explorer, literally like moving me out of the way while I'm wearing high heels, holding a cocktail, holding my purse, and you're just walking around flipping your sandals back
exactly.
and forth.
Any drag queen knows the rule is you don't wear flip flops.
No, you don't.
On-
I told her to stay home.
I
She
had an
didn't listen.
issue that okay, first of all, you pressured me to go out that night. I was like, no, I don't feel like it. I can't do it. And you're like, no, just wear flats. Like, it'll be fine. Even though I
Yeah,
was
but
having
that doesn't
issues with
mean
my
you have
feet.
to behave like a 5-year-old girl running around.
When I'm in flats,
No,
looking
bitch.
like a 5-year-old girl, of course I'm gonna
You
behave
always
like
look
one.
like a 5-year-old girl. But act like a lady.
Okay, but you don't feel as fierce and fishy and feminine
And
when
you
you're
know
not in
what?
heels, and so you can run around the club.
That's why nobody bought you a drink. You didn't have any
It-
guys talking to you
I know, and it was frustrating. I was like, I gotta run, I gotta go.
before midnight.
Yeah, I was like, I'll turn into a pumpkin.
she
A
was
rat.
like a toddler running around.
Yeah, it's more like a rat running around the club.
It's like
And you bitches couldn't keep up.
11:59.
It's like, come on, like we're moving here. Like, keep
Honey, we turn into flowers after midnight.
rotten ass ones. That one that like smells like death and decay. I think another thing on all three of our listeners' minds, what is the purpose? Why did we embark on this project in the day and age of everyone having their own podcast? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I think that over the last little while and the year that we've been doing Tea Queens, a lot of people have come to us and asked us a lot of questions, and it doesn't seem like that there's a lot of information out there for people. I've had so many people come up to me and ask me questions about, not only what a tea queen is, but everything in between, everything associated with the non-binary, the gender fluid, transgender, everything. So I think for me, I feel like one thing that I want to do is just explore all the topics, everything from male to female and everything in between, and get into the weeds about stuff and have some fun talking about it.
Yeah.
I love that.
In terms of kind of podcasts, there's not really anything out there that kind of addresses any of this stuff. And I want this to kind of be more of a resource for those people who are feeling uncomfortable with who they are. I want us to kind of be able to speak to what it's like to maybe not necessarily feel like you fit in, and maybe you feel a little bit out of the norm, and let others know that, you're not alone. That's something I think we've all kind of dealt with growing up. I think it definitely is getting better, but there are places in where it's not. And I want to be a voice to let others know that you're not alone when you feel so different, and especially in your own community, especially if you're in kind of a more rural area where there aren't many people to begin with, much less people who are like you, and you're feeling a little bit weird about the body you're growing up in, or you're not alone. There are more people out there, and just to kind of help us share our lessons that we've learned along the way, and the lessons we continue to learn.
Yeah,
the way.
it's okay to define, and it's okay to not define who you are, and to be fine with it. Esmeralda was the one that pushed a lot of this forward,
So hard.
and we resisted at first because I thought it was going to be like, wrangling up two juvenile delinquents,
Which it is sometimes.
which it is, and that I would be the madam of this house. But you guys have both come with a lot of interesting information. So
Yeah.
what do you, Esmeralda, want to get out of this?
Well, I think when I came with this idea, I just knew it was going to impact either our community or somebody out there. I knew that we have already this platform of us being gay and us doing this, and knowing that there can be other people that can relate like us, and just the idea of helping somebody, or the idea of clearing somebody's perspective or idea on how they see themselves or what they want to be. I think is my goal. And I really want to educate people. I think we're going to bring a lot of interesting subjects. We're going to help a lot of people. We're going to teach a lot of people. We're going to have a lot of amazing guests coming up. We have an amazing lineup of interesting people that are going to come by and talk to us and talk to you guys about their experiences. We're going to talk with trans men, trans women, straight men, straight woman, everything. Like, this show is not about being black or white. This is about being everything, every color. Like Sarah was saying, there's people that ask us about what's the right way to call this person, what's the appropriate way to tell this person they are this, and we know the answers, but we don't know the answers to. So having somebody that can come and clear that up for you listeners and for us is what we want to do. And I think it's going to impact a lot of people, and it's going to help a lot of people. Every age, we are all in our 20s, and I want everyone that is listening to feel free to message us on Instagram or email madamhousepodcast@gmail.com. Email us, message us if you have a story that you want to share with us.
Or a question.
And
I think part of what I'm looking forward to is listener questions.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
I'm also looking forward to maybe a little community that we can build and just be kind of a safe haven and safe space for anyone who does have questions, or a place where they can maybe find people who are feeling like them, or they want to explore kind of themselves, or they know that there's something about them that's a little different.
I think also having fun doing it.
Yes.
That's the main
number
goal.
one rule.
We're going to have a good time doing this.
We have a good time, and I think that's one thing that we bring to this, is that we enjoy being around each other and having fun with each other, making fun of each other. But also, you know, we love what we're doing, and we love being around each other.
And obviously, we don't want to cross boundaries. Everything that we say is going to come out with respect. We are not doing this to insult anyone out there or any community out there.
We just insult each other.
Just each other.
And that's what we do. We are just cross-dressers having fun, having a good time, and talking shit about each other.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
See you on the next
Bye.
episode.